Let me show you a really cool trick on how you can get a load of Apollo leads for basically next to nothing. So with Apollo, you can basically go on and have a look at any of the leads at any point. The database isn't great. It's a lot of old data. However, we use it every now and then once we've kind of run out of data. So what you want to do is basically just go on, find the people. Um, you can use whatever filters you'd like. Oh,
Hello, my name is Daniel Spence and I run Automation X, which is an automation agency that builds really cool automations and lead generation.
whatever filters you'd like. So all of these are on here. What have I done on this one? Good question. Insurance. So we'll pick another niche for this morning. What do I fancy? Let's do agencies. In fact, let's do marketing agencies. So UK based, we might as well add the states in. Nice. Slow this morning. So as you put stuff in, you can choose different filters. One of the other things when you're choosing managing directors and so on here, oh, you've got a cap of 12, that's why I won't let me add anymore, is you can kind of change, there's different variables, so it might be owner, co-owner, and like I've got two owners, one with capitals, one with not, just to kind of try and get a couple of the other keywords in. So if I go on here, I wonder if I can find marketing. Marketing and advertising. In fact, then I might be able to remove the keywords up here. Follow me for loads more tips. And then we should end up with a whopping great list, yeah, 264,000 companies. So Apollo is claiming that he's got the email address for every single one of these. Once you actually verify them, quite a lot of them are wrong. Phone numbers are even worse, but don't get me started on that. However, if you wanted these leads really, really cheap, all you've got to do is basically go onto here, go onto Fiverr. There's loads of these alternatives, but this gentleman here is selling basically 10,000 leads for 23 pounds. So if we go back onto here, let's have a look at what pricing is. So yeah, they do have a free plan. I think you get like 10 leads on it. Might get a couple more. Let's have a look. God, 1,200 credits per year. So I'm assuming it's one credit per email address. If you're looking, say, 60,000 credits for the year, obviously billed annually. So you can see how it gets expensive very quickly. So for the price of 5,000 credits, which is normally $60, we can get 10,000. Come on, laptop. Follow me for loads more tips. Okay. So let's have a look at his other ones. So 50k, 100, 200 for like 200 £200. The way it works is on the top package, you can pay for unlimited basically, and it will give you as many of these as you need. So as you go through and do this, you'll have basically loads of these leads that are kind of stacked up, which you can use. Yeah, so unlimited for $149 a month. So he's really got to sell one of them to pay for that every month. And trust me, it'll be selling way more than that. So once you've got that list and exported it, you can then do as you like with it. But it's just a really clever way to make sure that you're not paying too much money for this. Whether or not this is ethical or not sure. Whether or not it's ethical for Apollo to put your email on there and sell it for that cheap is another question. But yeah, basically you can extract all of these leads. You can you can kind of start a trial, and you can play around with some of the other ones. But all they need is this URL. They can copy and paste the URL in, and it will give them all of this, and then that's it, ready to go. There is a couple of other clever ones that kind of like Appify has a scraper that allows you to do more than the, I think it's 10,000 that it capture at a time limit if you're paying for it, but there's no real way to get around that. But yeah, it gives you a good idea of what's on there. You can kind of click into a couple of them and see what's there. So they've got a apparently verified email address and a mobile number. So obviously, if you're doing cold SMS and stuff like that, you want lots of mobile numbers. So kind of getting hold of that data is quite challenging, to say the least. Just mainly because it's got to go through different levels of compliance for emails versus mobile numbers, and so on. So it's just about getting that balance right, really. Okay, I think I've covered everything on there. These people get banned every like 5 minutes because you're not supposed to be doing it. But there's a couple of people that are sneaky with how they go about doing it, and they're offering like, follow me for loads more tips, bespoke list pulling, and all of this, which basically do the same thing. So there's another guy here. Clay's another great one, but it won't be cheap because they'll actually be paying for it properly. But if you look at pretty much any of these, like he's got an Apollo account. If you message him saying, "Can you pull me a list of 10,000? How much would it be?" Yeah, it's not a problem at all. In fact, some of these guys are really cheap for setting up full-blown automated workflows. But yeah, well worth a go and well worth a try. I don't normally recommend the Apollo database, but if you need loads of data and you're not that bothered about the quality of it, then you can do. The downside is that every single newbie starts with Apollo. So when you're emailing people on the Apollo database, they have been hounded by emails and normally aren't very good ones. So even if they've worked with somebody that they've received a cold email off, there's still a very good chance that they've been burnt by that in the past. So yeah, hope that's helpful.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.